I remember, and I think I told you the story last week. Well, my little niece is now 27, but when she was little, I used to take her on one of those rides that were a quarter, you know those rides that were, and I'd stick her on the ride and put the quarter in, and she would start to move and be looking at the next ride down the block. All right, darn, I took her off that ride, I stuck her on the other ride, I put a quarter, she would start to move, and she'd be looking at the next ride. And I remember saying to her, why don't you enjoy the ride you're on? You're always looking for the next ride. And we do the same thing, okay? Shavuos is not for weeks and weeks, okay? The summer is not for weeks and weeks. Enjoy the ride you're on. All you have is now. All you have is today. Don't start rehearsing for Shavuos. Don't start rehearsing for your vacation. All we have is today. And the focus is on today. And the focus is, what are we doing here? Okay, what are we doing here? This is not about how much weight you can lose in the least amount of time. Of course you want to lose weight. Okay, you came to lose weight. But most of us here have lost weight before and gained it back before. What is going to be different this time? Why is it going to be different this time? Because you're going to look at it from the front door of neck up. Okay, thought, rather than the heshbon is how much weight am I going to lose? Let's see, 20 pounds, 2 pounds a week, 10 weeks, I'll be done. This is not about being done. This is about continuum. This is about good health, good physical health, good mental health, good self-esteem. And how are you going to do that? By focusing not on the diet food. Everybody knows what diet food looks like. Everybody knows what diet food is. Everybody knows that cottage cheese might have less calories than chocolate. We know all that. This is not about closing your mouth, but opening your mind. And opening your mind to different behaviors, different thoughts. Opening your mind to what the problem really is. And you will hear me state the problem every single press. The problem is we eat too much of the wrong food in the wrong way for the wrong reasons. We eat too much food. Our portion sizes are out of control. Yes? Yes? Portion sizes are out of control. We're eating processed food as we speak. And as I watch you nodding your head, they are making more and more processed food. Our food is machine-made plastic. We are not eating natural food. We are eating with the wrong habits, and if you think it doesn't make a difference, it does. We eat too quickly. We eat from the pot when we cook. We eat when we clean up. We eat in the bed. We eat in the car. We eat on the phone. Hefker eating. And we're eating. We don't eat. We medicate. We medicate our emotions, which we're going to talk about. So this is about, weight management and weight control, and that is the 6 inches between your ears. That's right here, okay, from the neck up. So how does that happen? Okay, how does that happen? So today we are going to start reading yet another book. Who knows who Dr. Phil is? Who's ever heard of Dr. Phil? Okay. Well, Dr. Phil wrote a book called The Ultimate Weight Solution. Okay, The Ultimate Weight Solution. I remember seeing a cartoon, and this woman was in a bookstore, and she's with the bookstore seller. They're in front of a wall of diet books. Thank you for closing the cell phone. Thank you. And she looks and she says to the guy, which is the best diet book? And he said, well, if there was one best one, we wouldn't need all the others, would we? Okay. So the ultimate weight loss solution, 7 keys to weight loss freedom. So I X out the ultimate weight loss solution. But his 7 keys to weight loss freedom do have meaning for us. The thing that I have to say to myself is, we are not in a hurry. Okay, we're not in a hurry. We want to do each key until we understand it, until we internalize it. So we don't have to finish the book today. We are not going to finish the book today. Okay? So, 7 keys to weight loss freedom. And while I'm pasting, I do want to tell you about Shavuos, which we will talk about closer to Shavuos. But I'm going to tell you also that, and you've heard me say this before, what you will do on Shavuos is dependent on what you do from now till Shavuos. You can make a tremendous difference in your mental energy from now till then, yes? Yes? Your mental energy. And you can make some difference in your weight too, but your mental energy. So, key number 1. And don't get nervous by the size of the poster. In fact, I'll just put the poster in half. Okay. Key number 1. Key number 1. Right thinking. I love that. He doesn't say right eating, he says right thinking. And, as you've heard me say before, it is easier to to act your way into right thinking than to think your way into right acting. First we got to act. But right thinking unlocks the door to self-control. Okay? So key number one is unlock the door to self-control. So he says, what is true about you in your mind, you will live. What you think is how you will behave. That is the law of the world. If you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. Okay? He says, this is your personal truth. This is whatever you, at the absolute core of your being, believes to be true about yourself. It is the story you live out, the story you tell yourself about everything that's going on in your life, and this includes your ability or lack of ability to keep your weight in check. You hold powerful beliefs about yourself, and these influence you, good and bad. Who agrees? Who knows that to be true? Thank you. Thank you. This is how you will approach your weight, okay? What is true about you in your mind, you will live. This is your personal truth. It's not your weight that's the problem. It's what lives in here, the committee. There's a whole committee in there, okay? Oh, you can't do it. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, don't let it happen. Oh, again, I have to do this. This is the committee. You say to the committee, thank you for sharing. Goodbye. And unless this changes, this will never change. Who understands what I just said? Who understands? You understand? Okay. All right. Our inner thoughts, beliefs, self-perceptions, and emotions can give us a lift for a positive outcome or hold us back. Okay? You may be telling yourself that you will never lose weight, that it's too hard, that you have no self-control. If you accept these thoughts as your personal truth, you will only sabotage your efforts to manage your weight. Okay? And what happens to these thoughts is they gain momentum. They gain momentum. They get stronger. They get more. They get bigger. They take over. It doesn't matter what I say here. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you. If you believe that you can't, if you believe that it's hopeless, if you believe that you will never do this, you are right. Before you can change the numbers on the scale, you must change the committee inside. Who understands? Who understands? Okay? Who is ready? Who's ready to change it? Thoughts gain momentum. Let's do a thinking audit. Okay? A thinking audit. Gaining, losing, and maintaining your weight is entirely up to you. Who agrees? Who agrees 100% wholeheartedly? Okay? I am overweight as a result of my eating habits. Who agrees? Who does not agree? The weight doesn't come from the air. Your body doesn't manufacture fat. It is what you put into it. I am overweight as a result of being inactive or not getting enough exercise. Who agrees? Who agrees? Okay? If I set realistic, measurable goals, this is important, I can lose weight no matter what. Who agrees? Who agrees? I don't care how old you are. I don't care how many times you've done this. Okay? I don't care how much you weigh now. I don't care how you're thinnest, you're heaviest. I don't care. If you set measurable goals, achievable, manageable goals, you will lose weight 100%. Who agrees? Who agrees? Okay? Don't agree with me and then go out and disagree with me. Okay? Don't raise your hand because you think I want you to raise your hand. Don't come here and tell me I'll try. Because you know about try. Because you tell me because you think I'll feel better for having heard it. You will feel better for having said it, and you won't do it. You're either going to do or not do it. Don't try. Okay? So now we did a thinking audit. Maximize your weight loss through self-talk. What you say to yourself, this is how you will act. What you say to yourself will become your reality. So, key number one, unlocking the door to self-control, what you say to yourself, how you feel about yourself. And just because, okay, just because we might go to number 2 tonight, maybe it'll take you a little while to internalize number 1. That's okay. That's okay, okay? Your self-talk is the real-time mental conversation, the flow of your thoughts that you have with yourself about everything in your life. You choose, if you choose thoughts that are self-negating and demeaning, for example, then you choose the consequences of low self-esteem and low self-confidence that